Uh, if you've never heard of this game, I never heard of this game before until I was like randomly browsing on Steam, uh, which I do a lot. But this is like an action RPG in the same vein of like Path of Exile or Grim Dawn or Diablo. It is in early access at this moment, but I've been kind of playing this on my own time a little bit after stream. And it's just kind of a nice little stream to hang out and relax, kind of like play. As you can see, my genius naming sense has named our necromancer Scully Skull. So we're kind of starting like halfway through the game because I don't feel like we're starting from the beginning. But to quickly show this game off before we start playing. So it has, in the same vein, Path of Exile, you know, your various loots, stuff like that. The one thing I've noted, it has these idols, which is pretty cool. Basically, kind of like your cube from Diablo 2, the Horadric cube. You can place things in here that gives some small bonuses. Another thing to note is the way passive works is very similar to Path of Exile. I.e., this build, I went Necromancer, because I like summoning necromancers, things like skeletons. So you have like this base little tree that you start the game out with, and there's 5 classes at this moment. And then once you've made it to a certain part in the game, you can get to this one, which I've just gotten to, which is like more focused and better stats. And as you start going along, you unlock some skills here on the right. So these like summon bone golem is what you get, like what's 10 points, 10, 15 points here. You can start doing that. And then same thing here, as we progress up, we can summon this abomination once we put like, I don't know, 50 some points, it looks like, give or take. So that's like the very bare minimum. The only other super cool thing of note, here's all like our various stats, of course, is the skill specializations. So here are all the skills we've had, and they're focused via the class. But as we specialize, we can like choose what to do with skeletons. So for example, we can now summon rogues where we couldn't before. Or like this bone golem, the next time I level this up, he'll be a pyre golem and he'll have a fire aura. So it's just like cool specializations, and this is for each and every skill. So it's super cool. But I've been playing a ton of Path of Exile. I have like Path of Exile is probably the second most game I've played, just behind Dota. And you know, nothing against Path of Exile, I just haven't played it in a while. But I've been looking for something a little bit different, a little more like not super. I love Path of Exile, but the trade aspect is just very monotonous at times. And it just ends up being a currency farm, which is okay. Like I said, I still like the game. Is this where I wanted to go? I actually don't know where I want to go. This does not look like where I want to go. But I'm kind of like burnt out on Path of Exile, but I will burn myself out if I play like a month-long league. So this is kind of like my relaxed game because I kind of just summon things and watch them fight and occasionally throw out spells. And it's fun. Outcast of the Orion. It's not familiar to my knowledge. Why? I'm trying to think. But it is not a familiar sounding name. So right now, like I said, we're like partway through.
Oh, yes?
We want to go to the Imperial area? Yeah. We're like halfway through this game, I think. Let me go look at it on Steam. Wait, is it on Steam? Orion. I mean, it has auto battler, chess game. That's like my outcast of Orion. Yeah, this looks interesting. Oh, this just came out too. Ooh, I will, maybe I'll give this a little look at tomorrow. I'm a bit tired today, so this is why I'm playing this. Instead of what I wanted to play. I kind of wanted to play Rocket League, but... that game requires concentration. In this game, oh no, it's lagging. Right. I didn't check this game either. It's been a very lazy day. Let's see. First of all, let's see if that helps. Ooh, what is this rank?
Feel my wrath.
Yeah, I'll have to, I'll probably take a look at that tonight, see what's going on with it. I'm still lagging. The only bad thing about trying some of these games out is my computer's not the most beefy thing, but streaming is oh, probably not all. Look. Not give you better drops. I think it may. That's such a funny little note in the settings. Okay, let's continue to note we're still lagging. Don't need the best here. I actually wanted to upgrade PCs sometime in the future, but it's just so expensive. It's so ridiculously expensive. It's actually bothersome. What does this game look like in Mary? Besides crash? Please don't crash. You know what? I do not know. I'm kind of still... I think there is endgame stuff that helps. Now OBS. Looks like... I don't know. I haven't really had to grind too much. Actually, I haven't even looked at what we got here. Minion damage. Increase health. Just, I assume there's a bit of endgame grinding. So far, and there's no, like, trading system as of yet. It's all, like, solo player stuff. So it's kind of, it'd be like, they plan to put stuff in. There we go. That looks better. It's pretty light on the knowledge mechanics,
Yes?
at least.
Gods be with you. Yes?
And also the game tells you exactly where to go on the map, which is just the nicest little thing. But yeah, this is definitely an action RPG in the same vein as Diablo and such. Oh yeah, you'd be fine. You'd be fine with this game then. It's more what's the game? Titan Quest? It kind of reminds me of Titan Quest a little bit. Mortal Eye. Let me just make sure I'm not stuttering at all. Does not look good. It's funny, a lot of videos just came out on this game recently from a lot of PoE players. Because I guess I haven't been following Path of Exile at all, but I guess there's some controversies going on with the latest whatever's going. I don't know, something about Harvest. But it's got your common, it's got like your normal rare monsters and normal this guy. You guys are tank. Please stop hitting me. I'm just here to summon all my guys and watch them hit things. Also, I guess this game has a pretty solid crafting element to it, which I'm excited to kind of dive into near the more end game kind of part. Siege Captain Caligula. Attack. Don't mind me. This is the stuff I love. Oh, we have some levels as well. Ooh, we have 2 levels with these guys. Do I even have a mana at that point? I don't know if I'll have enough. What is damned? Damned is stacking ammo that lasts 3 seconds. Interesting. Really? You get Titan Quest on your phone? What? I'll have to actually check that out. Titan Quest is a ton of fun. Ah, here we go. Yeah, I got a fire golem. 69 mana cost. Perfect. So vaguely, I have a I have like a debuff that I'm mostly casting, and then I kind of let my minions do everything else. Kind of what this build is. I'm not too certain. Oh, dude, I'll have to. Oh, it's only. No, I wonder if it's on Android as well. If, I mean, either way, I'm gonna at least look for it. That game's a classic. I think I last played it when did it really? I must have just missed it completely. I must have last played Titan Quest. I think I played Titan Quest when I was still like super young. I didn't quite understand the game, but now that I have so much more experience with it, I have a feeling that it would be a different experience for sure. Travel to the ruined era to investigate the ruin. We'll find the teleport at the next location. Go check out the side quest.
Wither before me.
Really? That's fast. I think one of the games I really love that I've played completely different from when I was a kid, and now I play pretty like fairly often. I played Knights of the Old Republic when I was a kid, and I kind of didn't understand the story at all. And then I replayed it, like, I think sometime in college I replayed it. And was like, oh my gosh, this game is so good. But it was like completely different experience. So I actually sat down, like, read everything instead of just being a dark side kind of guy, going with it. And now I usually play like Knights of the Old Republic like once every 2 or 3 years, just to experience the game again. It's quite fun going back to old games that I played once or twice as a kid and didn't understand.
Feel my wrath.
Like Warcraft 3 is what comes to mind. Man, I was so bad. I'm still bad at RTS, but I was even worse as a kid. Yes. I spawn these? I'm sure there's gotta be some. Ooh. Unique. Yeah, skill point again. Skeleton. Where was I going? Oh yeah, we hit these roads. I think we'll definitely get multi-shot. That sounds fun. I will probably get Lone Guardian as well at one point. Just because having one skeleton or one warrior is fine. Also, I was leveling up while like army was fighting. We never killed the thing that animates the bones. I just like damage, so I'm just gonna keep giving damage. Kind of a lifestyle philosophy. I'm kind of curious about this game's. I know there is endgame. I just don't know anything about the endgame. I'm very curious on what this game's endgame is like. Oh, they lowered. Yeah. In games like this, I don't really care about the story, mostly because I'll learn it by just playing the game enough. Like, I know Path of Exile's story just because I ran through it like a million billion times. Like, I have the vague understanding what's going on, but I'm not here for if there's like RPGs, I'm there for the story. But oh, that was a lot of damage. Yeah, you also get the feeling that you know, like, that there's something going on, but you're, at least when I play, I'm like, there's something going on here, but I don't quite know what. So I'm excited for someone to tell me what is going on here. I'm not too good on like reading all the lore and figuring out what's happening from there. But after learning about, I mean, it's been a while since I've actually listened to the story of Dark Souls. I don't remember it nearly as much anymore, but I remember being very impressed. Also, the game, you do need a really good hook, I think. There's definitely a lot of games out there that... What's the... Oh, man, I'm trying to think of a game, the last game that, like... I mean, my memory is awful, which is, you know, I've said it a million times. But I'm trying to think of the last game that really caught me story-wise.
Feel my wrath.
And I'm sure if some names are given out, I'll be like, ah, yeah, that game's story was really good. But just bringing it out of nowhere, it's just not a talent of mine. Yo, you know what I was doing the other day? So, I'm sure if anyone brings up a good game with a great story, I'll recognize it. But, I was just chilling, playing this game, actually. And... on Halloween, I was at my friend's house because we always do a little bit of a Halloween get together. I haven't. And so we were like, oh, let's. It was like a small little, like 5 or 6 of us. Let's go do the side quest real quick. And we're trying to figure some games to buy because last year I had played the Luigi's Mansion 2, and we played through and beat that whole game, which was a ton of fun. I just straight lie that because that does not sound fun. But also, I actually don't even play too many games where I'm like super into this. Is that the sounds right there? There was this one like almost RPG maker game that vaguely caught me off guard. Oh, it is that game then. I think I know which game you're talking about. There's some hidden gems in RPG Maker. Where's the great map here to get to the ruins of the world? Oh, but I last year at Halloween, or maybe 2 years ago, this wait a second. Can I get that from? It says I can, but I don't believe it. So this year we were like, oh, let's play a spooky game. So I thought to buy Visage, because that just came out. And I played it for about an hour. And nobody was really really paying attention. It was kind of like we were somewhat intoxicated and shit. And so at some point I just refunded the game and moved on. But Ina played it. Ina from Hololive, and I was watching that yesterday, and my god, I realized just how bad I am. Not even playing scary games, but just watching. Wait, is it just right here? That game, yeah, it was there. That game's really good. Go. Ah, okay, we got the little marker tells. Oh. I always talk about memory aspect things when I'm like incredibly tired. Like, I'm pretty tired today. And I'm trying to bring my mind to like, oh, what was this game about? Yeah, there really are. It's very much like trying to find like a good book, like a good fanfic. Yo, hello. There's so much garbage out there. But thankfully, you know, Steam has reviews. So if there's ever an RPG game, RPG Maker game that I'm looking for, you can just kind of sort them very easily on Steam, which is nice. And also, if the game is like not up your valley, you can just burn it. Oh, another unique. Sounds like it's not for my build, but I'll pick it up. RPG Maker. Yeah, this is an ARPG. This is called very much. I mean, I like this game. It's quite fun just because it's a having a good time with it. But I hope some action RPG, whether I don't know, whether it's Diablo 4 or maybe this game, but something to compete with Path of Exile. I love Path of Exile. But I don't love some of the decisions made about that. And then at first, a lot of people complained about how much grinding Path of Exile is, and I was like, there's no way. And then as I played more and more, and was able to play less and less. Yeah, this game's, I'm having a really good time. It's in early access, and most classes have 2 of their 3 final kind of things to go. But so far, I mean, I wanted to play a necromancer, so when I bought this, I was hoping there was an actual like necromancer class. Because Diablo 3, I don't like the game, and the necromancers in like Path of Exile are not what I would imagine a normal necromancer would be. But this has that feel of just summoning lots of stuff and watching them fight, and it's fun. Go back to the Imperial. I suspect Diablo 4 will not be great. If it's anything like Diablo 3. And I have a crushing feeling that Right, yeah, I got pushed back because both COVID and I think someone mentioned that Blizzard basically said, hey, we don't need money, so what? Is this where I wanted to go? Travel back to the Imperial and return to the steel door in the Great Holly. The outskirts. I just gotta find the prince. It was this way? Yeah, probably. Path of Exile has just spoiled me. Like, even though I'm mildly complaining about what the game's like, the game is really good. Like, you don't just randomly put, 2,000 plus hours.
Is too much.
And be like, man, this game sucks. But it could be better. And I'm sure the Reddit's not the whole thing, but a lot of the posts I read on the Path of Exile Reddit do kind of sound like these would be smart choices. It's hard to tell, dude. I don't know what goes into game development. You know what? I think that's a fairly apt comparison. It's like pretty good. Like, if you like it, yeah, whatever. Like I can't really fault you for it, because like it's still fun. I'm just also Diablo has a lot of nostalgia built in the game, and I think as a kid, the nostalgia was a bit too powerful. Right, and maybe Diablo 2 is just too good already. Just debated this guy. Yeah. I'm kind of worried about... They're remastering Diablo 2. That kind of worries me. Because I saw what they did. And I might... Actually, I probably will do this. I'll probably... Wait. Does Diablo 2 still need... Is it solo playable without being online? I actually don't know if I can play Diablo 2 without being online. I know you can play solo, but like... Can I get onto it without Blizzard? Whatever they use. Because if they remaster Diablo 2 and it's just garbage, like the Warcraft 3, and then they remove the old Diablo 2, like I don't know how I'd live after that. I'd perfectly fine. I would just be real sad. The Diablo 2 mods though, oh my gosh, they're so much fun. They, they're crazy. But this might sound like, do people still play Diablo 3? It's probably a pretty rude question. But yeah, if Diablo 4 can grab the essence of Diablo and not whatever happened with the launch of Diablo 3, that'd be really good. Yeah, I'm a bit sad about Cyberpunk. I had the ending spoiled for me, so I didn't even like complete the game in full. I'm gonna be honest.
What do you want?
Past the point. The storyline of Cyberpunk, like if you just played only the storyline, it was like that was it. Great game. I mean, the story was real cool. You play like people still stream Diablo, so I imagine. Like I said, it was probably a rude question. I just could never get into it. By the time Diablo 3 came out, like I was still kind of gripped by Path. Looking at any of this stuff. I will look at these though. Like I was already hooked by Path of Exile by the time Diablo came out. And then there's the whole debacle with the real money auction house. And then I kind of never got back into it. Green. Oh, it's a set. Yo, I forgot. Yo, dude, set pieces are so cool. We're gonna sell it because, of course we are. But oh man, I miss set pieces. It's such.
guess. Be well.
I just didn't. Yeah. It was man, this sounds. It was a bit too just bland for me. I think that was like I played it with a friend to begin with, and that was fun. And then once we kind of stopped, both playing it at the same time, it just wasn't the same from there on out. Can I still cast this? Yeah, I can go. I'm still gonna hope though. I'm still gonna hope Diablo 4 is good. And I'll probably still end up purchasing it. Cause you never if it's great, that's great. I'll probably not play it the first day though. I'll probably give it a moment or two to see where opinions lie, and then I'll get it. Nice level up. Yeah, fight him. I love necromancers, even if I'm sure. I mean, I think the thing that draws me most to this game right now is it's still mostly single player. It's a surprisingly large draw. I guess you could play Path of Exile single player, but I know too much. Keep getting more damage. You are fine. As long as I get the gist of it. I don't know what set these down last time. I think a lot of stuff spawned. Or something. I just so I love to be honest, maybe we're like 500 or something. When I get 500 subscribers on YouTube, I'll do like a drunk stream. I don't drink too. Also, I'm a very happy drunk. Let's see what I'm a big cider fan, so I'd probably just sip on some ciders and maybe have like some tequila. I am a fan of tequila shots. I won't mind. But that would get me very drunk, right?
Wither before me.
Or maybe just some like red stag and Coke. I am also not preferred to wines. I just Even I'm not the biggest beer fan, but I would drink a beer. I did go to the Guinness. I think it's in Ireland. That was a cool little experience. I had friends who would just get the cheap wine and then just like, what, they'd slap the bag or whatever. You can tell my frat lingo is just top tier. But dude, I could just never do it. Fast, regen very slow.
Feel my
I also hate the aftermath of alcohol. It's why I mostly socially drink. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm very much I don't know much about my alcohol. The only reason I know Red Stag is because one of my friends got it, and then I liked it, so I kept the name around. And I'm surprised I remember the name, honestly. How crap my memory. Please summon the guy that's at HP.
feel my wrath.
So many. So a mess. Oh, hello, random. The corrupted lake. What are you? I do have a story about gin, though, and how I'll never drink it again. I think, oh, I love Jim Beam. If I, peruse alcohol more. I can't remember, when was the last time it was probably the Halloween was the last time I had any alcohol. Because I was at a friend's house. That's usually the only time I ever.
Wither before me.
Jim Beam is definitely pretty. Oh, but what was it? Must have been sophomore year of college. I was on a tour with the choir. I did sing. Right, it's made from. Right. I don't fully understand alcohol names. I just know I like what I drink. But you know, we had an off day while we were touring around the United States, and so what do you do on your off day in choir tour? You get super intoxicated. That's just how it goes. So we all got wasted, and next morning we had to be up and early. We had a long bus drive, so that's why we were kind of an off day. But woke up, must have been at like 7, like quarter to 8. We had to leave at like 8:30. So I'm sitting there, like just hungover as all hell, looking for maybe some Advil and something along the lines of like water. So I roll over in my bed and I find the Advil. I'm like, this is nice. And then I see right there is a nice clear glass of water. And to my knowledge, nobody had been in our room last night. Like, we had gone to other people's rooms So like the little group of 4 of us, like none of us should have. There should have been no alcohol. And throw the Advil in and take a sip of the water, and it turned out it was just straight gin. And one, I quickly woke up. I don't think I've ever waken up so quickly since then. But 2, I just felt awful. But yeah, after that, I had, can never have gin again. Because I woke up, and that with, like, most alcohol, that's how you have that one, like, really bad experience. I think after I went to the bathroom and, like, just spit it all out, and then just finished the Advil with the water from the sink, but it was, it was, oof. I was not happy. I eventually fell back asleep on the bus, but oh man, I have another good story. Oh man, this one's really embarrassing though, but I'll still tell it anyway. So I think this was junior year, because because my friend basically was like, yeah, it was junior year. My friend was like, "Hey, this is why I've learned to love Red Stag." He had a whole 5th of Red Stag, and like, "Hey, let's split this as like, you know, our kind of going away, since this is our last choir tour." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea." Tend to be a little bit on a bigger guy, so it should have been easy for us to split the. So we did. Pretty quickly, I think within the hour we had split the 5th, and was very, very intoxicated. Not blackout intoxicated. Oh, I have another good story after about my first blackout from alcohol. So anyways, we get super wasted. We're kind of going around. At some point, I fall asleep. As you do. I guess it was... I have vague recollections of the night at most. But, like, I remember at some point just sitting in the shower and, like, fully clothed and just the shower on me. But, just sitting in there. So anyways, at some point, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. So, I think it was a little bit early, all things considered, and so I, you know, wake up the next morning. We have to get ready to get back on the bus to go home, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm packed, I'm not missing anything, let's go. And one of my friends, oh, what is this, was like, hey, do you remember what you did last night? And I was like, yeah, I went to bed pretty early, I think, all things considered. He's like, no. At some point, you got back up. And I was, first of all, I'm like, I don't remember that at all. So at some point, I blacked out. And I was like, second thing, I was like, oh no, this is not Diablo. This is very much like Diablo. It's called Last. And I think heavy inspiration from and Path of Exile. So I'm sitting there like, what did I do? Well, we have our choir director, because, you know, it's 2 of us for choir, and at some point you got up, went outside. Some girls that some girls that had been that served food had hung out with some of our guys. They went and like got drinks at an actual bar instead of just whatever we had smuggled in, basically. And you caught them as they were coming back, and I was like, okay, that was fine. You know, that's fine. Like, I'm pretty pleasant person when I'm intoxicated, so like you were in your underwear only, and you know they were trying to like. I think one of my suite mates was trying to like get me back into bed. And he's like, at some point, you're sitting out there talking with them, just in your underwear, and at some point you say, "Oh, I have to go to the bathroom really quick," and with a purpose like none other, you walk straight to the director's door and are about to pull down your pants and just pee on the door. Thankfully, we got you back into the bathroom, and then you went back to bed. But, like, you almost just pissed all over our director's door. And, like, you know... I was like, ah. I later told that story on the bus. Because as a senior, when you're graduating, you tell a story of some kind, and that was my story I told. But man. So and then let's go on another one, because this one, I'm slightly savage when I'm intoxicated. Hello. Interesting. Some of these are super cool. So I think this was, yeah, sophomore year of college. I was close friends with one of our tenors. I'm glad. I love the comments, by the way. I am ready. And he had been in this relationship. Beat the spear. With this just really... It was a very rocky relationship. And so I rushed for their fraternity. And, they'll defend the seer. So, like, I kind of, you know, was a little bit in on everything that was going on, so on and so forth. Anyways, it was not a good relationship. Like, nothing good came from it. And there was, like, things of cheating, but he was being, like, he's a very, like, just nice guy. So it felt really weird. So anyways, we have a party at the frat house. And I, of course, as someone who is rushing, am just fed as much alcohol as possible. Yeah, university. It's another term in the US, but yeah. So sophomore year of my second year of uni, or sophomore. I don't know if that carries over. But ooh, we can get mages now. Let's go. I'm actually gonna unspecialize here. So, so I'm getting super intoxicated. It is, it's having a good time. We're all drinking. And at some point, I had always been vaguely kind, I guess would be the word. In some sense, like, we had you know, it's one of those people where you just say, oh, hello, how are you doing today? And I'm, oh, I'm doing well, how about yourself? You know, I'm doing pretty good. And then that's the extent of your interactions. Just being, like, normally pleasant. And, so I'm super intoxicated. I am not good with secrets when I'm intoxicated. Of any kind. So I, drunk. At this point, at some point throughout the night, I don't remember this conversation at all. But drunkenly, like, just... said, hey, you should break up with this guy. Because you guys are not good together. Like, straight to her face. And of course, you know, alcohol, accusations, females, she started crying. Nice. And I just kept going off. for maybe they said like maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Like you just kept ripping into how the relationship was just awful, and there's so much secrets going on, and like nobody's happy, and everyone's complaining, and you guys should really just break up, and like so on and so forth. And just tore into it. I'm a very like nice person, so I don't know where this came from. At least I think I'm a very nice person. Just then I remember sitting down. I remember getting fed another drink, and I remember getting in the car to go back to my dorm, and somehow all that happened within all my memory. I think that's the last. I don't really get drunk too often, so I think that's really the only like few stories I have. I was all aware of all the other times I was really drunk, and by aware I mean, you know, you still do the stupid things, but
Feel my wrath.
all my mages die. Wait, which ones are the mages? Okay, the mages are the ones with the. Oh. At least soul cages hurt. We're finally getting to the point where my gear is actually just awful. Okay, we got increased physical damage. I might start getting ward retention. Or minion HP. I kind of hate. Yeah, let's get a little bit of regen. Feels pretty good. Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, the only other stories I really know is before I was 21, which is the drinking age in America, which is never followed, by the way. But I wasn't confident enough to get like, dude, so many people use fake IDs. It's baffling. Like I never would have that kind of confidence. But I was able to travel to Ireland, and the drinking age there is 18, or maybe even less. But I could legally drink there, and then quickly learned how much alcohol costs from like restaurants and shit. It is it's very expensive to drink. Let's get more damage over time. We're gonna go into this full like fire element, fire golem. Okay, so we can add. Wait, what's this? You can only summon one skeleton. Significantly more max HP. Fires double amount of projectiles larger. Interesting. This is why I love this kind of like build. We can. Skeletons cast necrotic mortar, a ranged necro spell. Yeah, I loved Ireland, and we also went to Scotland later as well. Not that good. Sacrifice? I don't know what sacrifice. Dude, we bar crawled in, I don't remember exactly where, but bar crawling is an experience. I think we'll go, that is poison. Let's go this way. We'll grab an extra cast or extra guy right now, because I like more things. Oh, but those are such good times. Now I'm so boring. I just work. the peon. Also, hangovers suck. Like, they were. I think hangovers were more manageable when I was younger, because at most I just had to go boringly sit in class.
Feel my wrath.
But now I have to, like, it's like a weekend is used to just kind of sit and exist for a few days. Feels way more now. Whiskey in the jars. I'm not too familiar with. You know what song I am super familiar with? This the what is it? Oh, I can't remember. It's been converted to the GME song. To the Tendy Man song. Whatever it's called. But it's an old like pirate sea shanty. There it is. I don't remember the name of it. Bum, 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 bum. That looks pretty. 4 potion slot. Haste and dodge. Sure. And more potions? Nah. Wait, what is haste? Ah, we fast. I mean, should have been obvious via the name, but you never know. Has anyone ever gone? I've kind of wanted to go skydiving once. Or maybe like bungee. I don't know if it's a bucket list item. Please. To be honest, oh man. So I've sang for most of my life, but I really don't listen to music too much.
Feel my wrath.
Like, at least, like, when I'm sitting here playing a game, like, I don't really listen to music. Like, I listen to music in the game, but usually I'm not paying attention to it. So even, I did the same thing with a lot. Like, I played sports, but I never watched sports or got into watching sports. I sang, but I hardly ever listened to songs. Gaming's the only one where I've gone all the way across it. And when I mean like listen to Spotify or something on car. I mean that'd be pretty good dissuade from if I was gonna pass out if I was going skydiving. I think that would dissuade me if I'd pass out. I think it'd be a fun try. I mean, there is that video out there, and it's humorously terrifying. Is the best way to describe it. Kind of like that morbid, like I think it's like what to do if your parachute doesn't work. It's like like a 5-minute video. Basically, imagining the situation that someone Googled this while their parachute didn't work. Necromancer. Let's nice. I think I'll get pyromancers, then try to get these multi attacks. go like full attack speed. That sounds fun. A wave of bullets. Wait, oh, I made a pyromancer. I was like, wait, what happened? But I see it. Yeah, we have an army. This is so cool. Look at this. At some point, I will go back and respec from my main. Actually, I probably should just go respec. Like, vaguely respec. I am a fan of a lot of old music. Actually, I probably know more old songs, like 90s and 80s songs, than I do nowadays songs. Whatever that means. Like, I guess 2000s and 2010? Oof, that's a sentence. I think the only music I legitimately don't enjoy is like rap. And even then, there's like, I'll still sit there and listen. But I'm just not the biggest fan of rap music. I don't know why. If you there's caveats, of course. If you have like actual singing in a rap song and it like switches between them, works with me, no problem. But just straight rap, just kind of just not my forte. See what I did there? So bad, actually. Yeah, I'll just quickly upgrade. I should spend some time and actually upgrade all my gear. But I haven't reached the... just like in Path of Exile, I haven't reached the point where I'm dying consistently, so I won't upgrade my gear until that is the case. I suspect this is still like the normal activity. It feels like this would be. Oh, a new man come, bring us bottles of. It's not stuck. Uses Death's Reach. Found 4. There's a skill that lets me, like, I don't have to resummon my guys. I might start putting points. Just for ease of use. The goal is to press right click only and occasionally press one other button. My goal in all action RPGs, and just run around the screen and get loot. And level up. I have to press 2 other buttons right now. How dare the game make me press 2 other buttons? We were talking about RPG games earlier, RPG Maker games. I always go down this route because I browse Steam usually before I stream and see like what games are coming out. And surprisingly, there's a curious little like RPG brothel simulator game. And you know what? I'm just curious. There's a demo. I was trying the demo. It's like surprisingly not bad. This is what I get for browsing up and coming early access games. So much horny out there. And to be honest, it gets me every time. I click it. I don't really wish list it because that's asking. That's putting yourself out there. But I think people can see me play the demo, which, you know what? You win some, you lose some. So level up. Ah, here's sacrifice. Rip apart an ally dealing 2 damage. Ah, those guys could sacrifice my minion. Oh, let's keep getting regen to make my life easy. We're gonna put this all the way up to 100%. Just get a free. Yeah, and then we'll get frenzy. We'll go full attack speed, and then I'll worry about damage on my gear. Yo, hey, how's it going? It's Friday. Hopefully everyone's had a good Friday. Yeah, no problems. I understand. Thanks for hanging out, though. It actually makes me excited when I can stream on Saturdays and Sundays earlier, because so many people are like, yeah, it's like in, you know, in the mornings time for me, and I'm like, it's my time to stream now. People could come hang out when it's like not an awful time for them. What's regen? It does not look like a lot. Yeah, but starting this next week, we should be back to like be having a schedule which I can work around. This week was a bit rough because lots of things had changed. But I think this weekend will be fine as well. I think we're gonna be playing Starfarer tomorrow. Ooh, someone invited me to play Sid's Civilization 5. Dude, I haven't played Civ 5 in forever. Do I have a Discord message? Let me go check it. I mean, my answer's probably gonna be no, because... But that is funny. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on, Why is this guy... Who is... I don't know. That's the one thing. People change their names on Steam, and I have no idea. But, yeah, like, Stellaris and, like, Crusader Kings. Because those are both games that I have played a decent bit of. And Crusader Kings just came out with some DLC. Which I have not looked at yet. But it has good reviews, which is more than I can ask for a first DLC on Crusader Kings. Who is this thing? What is this thing would probably be the better. It's not Pyramid. I think that's where the future lies. I think I gotta do something with my guys instead of just having my non-mages. Instead of just having lava. I think I want one warrior. The one warrior thing. And to make him, like, stronger. give him like bone armor and shit, so he can be an actual tank. I'm vaguely a tank. We kind of just run at the enemy. That is the one thing I will say. I'm not too sure how the AI functions, but I do wish it would move in front of me. Oh, level up. Oh. I mean, this seems to just keep getting higher. More base regen. Yeah, our minions are getting some. Or not. I mean, it looks decent. It'll be. Yeah. What else could we be getting? Like a P? Yeah, I don't. I'll optimize this for sure later. I'm sure there is a skill build. Oh, we want to keep getting pots. And this game is just quite nice. Also, there's something pretty satisfying about... Maybe I should play some solo self-found and path it. Maybe that'll revitalize this part. Because the first thing I did in this game... this game does have, like, people to chat online, which is pretty cool. If you have any questions, I'm sure they'd be willing to answer. But the first thing I did was turn the chat off. I was like, I got in, like, did the tutorial real quickly, which basically, like, I'm assuming you'll do it on every character. And then saw you could chat, and was like, nah, get this out of here. Not today. I'm here for a fresh experience. And to be honest, I thought I would only play the necromancer and, like, do that. And basically, like, you know, do this one. But I'm vaguely interested in the other classes as well. And to, like, give the other guys a shot. Because this is a surprising amount of fun. Also... It is so nice not having to identify all my... I just look at it real quickly. I mean, I'm hardly looking at it because we're still like, it feels like we're really far ahead. It's been a while since I've died. I suspect at some point that will change. Because usually the end game... Oh, hello. What are you? The ship will not be my... Mostly because you can't even kill my little guys. Oh, that was so bright. Yo, the lightning. Oh, it's so bright. Like, actually... It's so... I'm sorry. I'm just surprised at how legitimately bright it is. might not have noticed, but... Hello.
Hurry! Break these chains! Just give me the signal, and I'll be right behind you.
We get to jump off a deck?
Feel my wrath.
Sounds good to me.
Ready for a swim?
Greetings, style. Yo, please do it.
Quite the swim, eh?
Ah,
We have to
that
get
been
back
such a
to the
little cool,
outcasts. I know someone who can help. We haven't been formally introduced. I'm
a cool little, reference, because it's, like, almost exactly. My minion armor. Can I see that stat? I mean, lots of damage. Health. Hydrating. Where's the armor? Do I just not have any armor? I might just not have any armor. Not even that. More attack. For now, I will not. My build, I'm sure, will not be super. I'm not super concerned. Yo, you cannot. Only I can raise skeletons. All these guys fight. Honor read. I think I might grab this Inferno and just remove all the normal mages. Where are they? You. Yeah, we definitely can get rid of this last mage. I think I'll go fire, like a fire build, because it seems the easiest to like scale for, at least. Like, our archers can get fire arrows, our guys a fire, a pyro golem, and then we can get pyro golem. We could grab frost guys, I think. Maybe we'll do, I wonder, I'll see if it's able to like 50-50. I'll probably drop rogues as well, just keep archers. Archers, one warrior. And then all just ranged attackers. Seems to be the most efficient DPS wise. I guess if I make that choice, I should do it now. But I think if I reset, I have to go all the way back to level. That seems pretty bad. Not like level 1, but I think level 5. Where are they? Oh, and they just all level up. We'll respect to 5. I thought that these rogues would be cooler, but they kind of don't feel bad. Oh, don't feel good. Oh, let's go. Oh, I should have just hit whatever. Same thing. Alright, summon more skeletons. Yes. Skeleton. And we will summon more skeletons.
Feel my wrath.
I'm not sure if I did that correctly. Someone's an allied base. Oh, friend. I have another friend. He is literally a piece of ice. The good thing is we should level these up pretty quickly, so it's gonna be, we're gonna be down one skeleton, but I don't think rogues were doing too well for the build I was running at. I think the reduced armor is nice, and I think it'd be especially nice if we were going like an actual casting build, or like a physical casting build of some kind. But it seems like we're going a fire build. So through the fire and the flame, we'll carry on. Wait, I didn't level up any of the other things. Yeah, we actually don't even need this physical damage, because we're not really going to be going. We will put 5 points in here to get another maximum number of scouts. Is there fire anywhere on here? Doesn't. Oh, there it is. Nice. That's what we'll want to get. I will not be increasing your fire damage, and yeah, let's only fire mage. What is the scientific? I have no. Oh.
Feel my wrath.
And also, it's nice not having a million. Not gonna lie. But I'm sure you'll let me. And I'm slightly curious. Resists fire damage. Oh. I feel like I might have heard something like this before, but I'm not too certain. Yeah, I normally know. I know what you do with a pig. In Alabama. This is a beautiful army to have. So nice. Oh, hello. Yo, random side quest. I like it. I wonder how many side quests I've missed. I'm sure I'll come. Actually, probably just looking. Where are we? Oh, we're down here. Oh, we would have went this way anyway. Never mind. Side quest that happens to be in the
Feel my wrath.
I never know how far to quite take jokes. Because I can definitely go there. But then also it feels quite rude. Oh, you're giant. Easy. Oh, look at our pyromancers go. Oh, this is pretty exciting, actually. Actually making the necromancer kind of work. Quite fun. To be honest, I vaguely didn't expect it to work. I mean, it's an entire, like, mastery class. So, of course, it's gonna work, but sometimes they just aren't fun. But these guys are quite fun. Watching them chuck. I feel like I'm being led astray, by the way. How many classes? Okay, so there's 5 character classes to choose from. And I don't know the exact number of, like, masteries. But if there's 2, I think there's probably 2 per class at the bare minimum right now. That's at least 10, like, masteries go down. Now, some of them might have 3 all set. But the, like, I'll show... The Warlock isn't quite completed yet. We have our base class, and then these 2 mastery classes. And some of them might be, I don't know if some of them are done or not. Like, all the way done. Look at this. Argolos the Blast. Well, what an 8. Also, what a model. Look at this. Lightning. Wait, is that? Oh, he's fire now. This Corpo's on fire. He's now ice. Yo, this is a cool boss. Give me some little ice. He's dead. That was a neat look out. I think, let's see. I know there's like warrior, druid, like ranger, rogue, acolyte, something like that. I might have like mixed one of the terminologies up, but to be honest, I saw acolyte and then saw necromancer and then didn't look any further. As soon as I saw necromancer, I was like, "Yep, this is what I want to do." And if I know myself next, I'll probably pick the archer for my next one. I'm assuming I'm probably gonna be playing another one. Oh, we got a new slot. Got 2 levels here. Okay, let's get again, skeleton, fire arrows. Yeah, skeleton, fire arrows. I actually don't know what my next special. Oh, also when you go down these mastery classes, they do get their own set of skills. Like these are the base ones, and these are the additional skills. What's this? Target minion takes 3% max HP per second. It is. Thing. Huh. I don't know. I guess I do use the Spear Plague a lot. Oh, we should probably just get this Infernal Shade. Target enemy and all nearby enemies take fire damage per second. Yeah. Yeah, we should just fully commit to this fire build. Sounds fun. What do we got here? Larger area. Better casting. Duration. They're like a, Weights on ground. I'd like a fire resistance. Or like resistance reducer. Return fire to bleed. Fast. These are such cool ideas. Ah, this is what I was looking for actually. Shreds fire resistance. There we go.
Feel my wrath.
Is that just another entrance to this? Looks like it.
Now it's time for the hard part.
Oh my. Hello, quest. I like these little fire shades. They're quite interesting. I actually have to start changing all my equipment too. I was doing some more of the necrotic stuff. I'll have to start looking for fire damage. I don't think I have any on it. Are big. Reinforcements on death. I'm looking for things that say fire. Actually, it's funny. I was getting a ton of fire stuff at the beginning. I would get a lot of pyromancer stuff. I don't know how the game knew I'd go this way, but here we are. Vengeful Immortal Overseer of Rage. Good name. I love that death explosion. Oh wait, there's something over here. I didn't pick up the sigil.
Let's see. It should be right here.
I have a vaguely bad feeling about this guy. Defend yourself from Imperial Assassin. Classic. Classic Friday night. Oh man, there's a lot going on. Oh wow. I think maybe I'll get the I think one of my Diablo 2 builds is when I was very young, but I had I had no idea what was going on with the game when I was young. I was just there to have a good time, basically. I think I just had some absolute trash. Like some amazing, like I think I had some item that gave me a ton. I was a sorcerer. I remember being a sorcerer and I had like a ton of skills or spells on like a charm of some kind. I think someone dropped it and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then my my uncle was like, dude, what you've made here is actually so bad. Like, I don't even want to see it on my account anymore. And then he deleted my build. I was so sad. And also, I was, you know, it wasn't going to be around for much longer, i.e. like, I was heading home, but... Okay, I'm assuming the another passives after this. Yeah, decrease the cooldown. But nowadays, I know what's going on. Somewhat. Actually, have you ever... I think the coolest thing is Diablo 2 speedrun. Alright, it's so cool to watch those. Yeah, we're gonna get the 5 points required here to get more minions. Then I'll relook at the rest of it. I don't know. Is there anything else here? I can't tell if this is still in this location. I just went the wrong way. I guess we'll follow. This one seems closer, so we'll follow this one. If I have to come back, we'll have to come back. Oh, let's store all this crafting too. Was lifesteal really not viable in Diablo 2? To be honest. Ah, dude, it's all coming back to nostalgia. Like the potions and just spamming so many potions. Yeah, I think I'll have to go back. I think I tried playing the original Diablo. I just couldn't get into it. Gotcha. It was a very common, like, I think for like the first 2 or 3 years I played Path of Exile. That was the thing. You'd always get like lifesteal, and you would just charge it and hope you could out lifesteal the damage done to you. But they nerfed it, and now you can't quite do that anymore. I mean, I'm sure you can. Path of Exile is that crazy thing where if you invest enough, you can do it. But I'm fairly confident I skipped one, guys. Also, I've reached the point where I don't like do anything anymore. I cast a spell and then I run in circles and wait for everything to die. Quite nice. Ooh, actually, we could, if we get the correct idols, we can just get a ton of fire idols. Fightful Soul. Dude, the names are really good. Oh, hello. Excuse me, you're not invited to this party. Also, this guy is a tank.
This square is a sorry sight.
Actually, I did slightly look into this game because surprisingly, I googled, or I didn't Google. I searched it on YouTube because I wanted to see who, if any of the big people from PoE had played. Actually, there's a ton of videos on this. Like recently, like Ziggy D just did, who's a prominent PoE streamer. Just did a cool little crafting guide. So I was curious about crafting. I wasn't quite sure exactly how it functioned. But did a little nice little crafting guide, and I was like, ooh, I'm vaguely interested. I didn't want to spoil myself any more than that, so I stopped after looking at that because there was some more other tutorial-esque videos. But think I kind of get the general action RPG enough to like be confident that I can make a build from a new game. It's a nice feeling to have. Because for years, all I did was copy builds. And now I'm confident in making, like, even playing this game, I'm confident enough to, like, vaguely get the idea. Like, these choices feel correct. Probably not optimal, but at least correct. Where do I want to go next? Probably... I'm gonna want to get this all the way up. Because tons of arrows sounds tons of... Ooh, actually give me this Aegis of Death. Means I have to resummon one. And I'm all about that. Don't mind me. I'm here to cast fire resistance shred and resummon the guys that kill you. Don't mind me. It worked. Really didn't expect it to, but they didn't mind me. Actually, there's a cool enemy type actually. I mean, it's weird because it directly counters only necromancers, but it is only focuses on, or like it has the trait to only focus on the actual player. I'm sure maybe there's, I don't know if there's other summoning classes yet. I didn't look, as you know, because I only looked. I saw necromancer and I was happy. But I think that's a cool little trait. Very, very specific trait, but cool nevertheless. Yeah, this feels... Ooh, this shield. Holy crap. Block chance, effective block, armor, all to elemental resistances. Yeah. Time for a shield. Great. Actually, I have some more slots as well. Your armor and lightning resist sounds fine. Cold resist. Might as well. Fracturing immortal eye of... Excuse me, skeletons. Attack. Okay. That was a big explosion.
We're close to the temple. Be wary.
Yeah, I missed one. Oh, relic. Green relic over there. Ooh, and it's particularly a summoning one. Your summoned skeletons, spells, and attacks deal plus 15 fire, cold, or lightning damage. The element selected is your lowest elemental resistance for the full set. That's pretty cool. I've always been a big fan of the summoning. More damage reduced duration, larger area. Let's get the area of effect. We will we'll try to go big area to get as much. Wait, how's this actually calculated? Ew. Fire resistance, shred reduces resistance by 5. Lasts 4 seconds. It can stack up to 20 times. Yeah, so we'll get a lot of AoE. Maybe I didn't miss out on it. It was flashy. I think I actually... Hopefully there's a portal here and we can just save and go back. Maybe I didn't? I'm not too certain. We'll follow this and see if I've missed one. Wait. I have missed one? Let's go back. It's not... It's giving me an arrow. Well, it's not giving me, like... the quest mark arrow? Yeah. I thought I might have missed one. The build kind of, like, early on, it's a lot of you doing all the work, but at this point, I've now kind of reached the let the minions do most of the work, which is quite nice. I mean, even early on, they're nice little distraction fields. And you do enough damage to where it's not much of a problem. Also, I'm so excited to dive into more of these, like, skill trees. So cool. Ooh, skeletons leech a portion. Ooh. Ooh. Multiple cast summoning as well. I mean, that sounds more quality of life. Here's crit. Let's keep going with these arrows. And then once we get all these arrows, we'll put a point into the bone thing so my warrior can give himself the bone armor, and then we'll make him the only warrior. Then he'll at least have a little bit. I don't know what the bone armor exactly does, but oh, just being attacked, being focused. Use, please don't use that. +6 ward per second. Interesting. The ward's like overshield, kind of, but it has a decay rate, so there is like. Not infinite, but that's pretty cool.
Inside the forge. Really?
Okay. We did miss. We'll guess we'll level up and then get more HP for our minions. And now we will teleport. And find our way to where we're supposed to. Wait. Did it? Oh, it actually didn't. I didn't. Wait, did I not actually get... Did I teleport away from there? 1 second, I'll relook at this. Oh, cool. Wait, I'm back. Whoops. I thought... Not crazy. I might be crazy. So we're just gonna run. It's a classic strategy. Useful throughout all ARPGs. Running. We sometimes teleport,
It eludes me.
but we mostly just run. There's dialogue. Oh yeah, it's that one guy. The ambush here. Excuse me, you're in my way. Oh, the barrier. Ah, okay. I was very confused on how this all worked, but I now see. Hello.
Yes?
Sure. Give me another quest.
May
Nice.
I smile upon you?
Can I help you?
I
Can I help you?
keep taking fruits? Okay. Yep. Is there anything I want from here? Probably not.
Stay safe, traveler.
Yeah, sure. Would you like more of a gameplay overview or like a story overview? Because I can answer one of them definitely better. Or both, and we can go by one.
Greetings.
Easiest quest of my life, by the way. The minion skill? Probably get his Exile of Hungering as well. Oh wait, that was a side. That was a side. Right. Yeah, it's very much like Path of Exile. The biggest nuance differences so far is instead of having a giant passive tree, you start the game as your base class. So I chose the Alkalite. And from here, you start putting skill points in that all do varying things. So the Alkalite is very like vague. You haven't like specialized into anything. So there's a lot of these abilities that I've taken here that I will end up changing because they're like okay at most. And as you progress, get around to like the 4th chapter, which is maybe like 2 or 3 hours into the game, you can choose a specialization. So I chose necromancer, which gives me, you know, +1 skeleton, +1 skeleton mage, and my minions deal more HP. I could have gone lich, which would be a whole different set of more of a spell casting. But I went necromancer because I like summoning things, of course. So you'll see as we're putting more points in this kind of skill tree is lighting up. So after you've reached a certain amount of points, kind of like a League of Legends skill tree, kind of. I think it follows the same way. You put points into here. So I have gone 4 on HP and damage and skipped some of these other abilities. And that's kind of how this progresses. As you progress here, you get more spells unlocked, so on and so forth. And speaking of spells, I think this is the coolest part, and like This instantly sold me. So I was like, oh, okay, we have, you know, spells we can cast down here at our quick bar. We have like fake stuff like this. Yes. So I mean, I'm assuming there's gonna be a max level. You do have to put at least 20 points into this base here. I don't think I need 28 here. I've just been too lazy to re-optimize. I probably want more into here. I don't know what the level limit could be, but at some point there is probably a max level. So, and then we got here is all of our skills that we get as Alkalite. From Summon Skeleton to Summon Bone Skeleton. And then when we chose Necromancer, we got our own certain set of skills. If you chose Lich, you get all these other fun ones. The coolest thing is that each one of these skills has its own individual skill tree. So, for example, I am, you know, a Necromancer, so I summon Skeleton. So I can go into here. Yeah, no. I know some people might not have known this. I didn't know about this game. But here is like, you specialize the skill even more. So, as a base summon, you can summon 3 skeletons. And that's it. They don't do anything fancy or stuff like that. But you can summon skeletons and skeleton ranger. So, on these skill trees, they all have different little things that make them interesting and unique. So, if I get this skill, like down here, I could get the Dread Phalanx. Sorry. Skeletons deal more damage and are larger, but you can only summon half as many as you could before, rounded up. So I could go like big skeletons, less skeletons, but stronger skeletons. Or I could go over here and be like, oh, you know what? Skeleton warriors just kind of suck. Let's remove all skeleton warriors. So I no longer summon skeleton warriors. Or if we come up north, we can get skeleton rogues. Stuff like that. And same thing with this. So this guy normally, this big hunkin' massive guy right there, is normally a bone skeleton. But I have spec'd him out to be a pyre golem instead. So he has this AoE burn damage. And each skill has this own in-depth specialization that you can go with. It also levels up on its own time. So when I unlock the level 49 one, I'll have a base level. So right here says my minimum specialization level is 5. So if I unspec out of here, I at least start with 5 points. Gear is basic gear, to my knowledge. Nothing too crazy. But you get 5 specializations, and you can put any skill that you have in there, and they all have their own little uniqueness. So like I've made, of course, we're going like a fiery build. So I have pyromancers, and I only summon pyromancers. And they all shoot multiple projectiles because I got this. I can summon more of them. So it's all super cool stuff. Gear, I think, is the most basic. It's nothing too crazy to note. They all have their vague... we can just go to, like, stats. They all have their vague differences. So here, like, you know, your common resistances. And armor does, you know, reduces damage by 21% physical damage, so on and so forth. Nothing crazy. The only thing of note is you got these cool things called idols, which is like the charms in Diablo 2. So these are just passive effects that you have in these slots. And then the only thing of note is crafting in this game is a pretty big fact. Actually, I can pull up the crafting stuff right now. I'll have to give a little brief look into it. So basically, crafting is deterministic. You can choose what to do with the crafting. So I have these 2 prefixes available, which is fire and so on. So I can just forge this and keep increasing it. Not too long. I mean, this is my first character. And this is the first time I'm playing through it. So I've just started. I played it for maybe 6 hours now in total, I think, including today. But there's 5 base classes. The end goal for this game, it's still in early access, by the way. end goals have looks like 3 masteries for each. Warlock is not currently available. I don't know if that carries over to each and every other class, but there's at least 5 base classes so far. So I'm assuming at least 10. Assuming there's at least 10. There might be more. There may be 1 or 2 less if not everyone has its own mastery field to go in.
Feel my wrath.
The way crafting works, is it's like Path of Exile is a game of luck. Luck for the perfect build, if not luck for drops to get the perfect items for your build. This game has the same thing, but instead of it being random, like I can choose. You've been seeing me pick up all these like pieces. I can choose what I want to upgrade. So right now I have a tier 2 fire damage on this wand. So if I spend one of my fire damage shards I've picked up, I have an 84% chance for success, which would upgrade this to a tier 3. And basically, if you fail, some negative stuff can happen. The gist of it. But like I can focus my build basically. So it's very easy in the end to kind of go to your. They max at tier 5 with the chance of tier 6 randomly dropping. So maybe one day I'll find a tier 6 fire drop and craft an item around it. It's like I don't know what the exact terminology is, but but the biggest note is it's all deterministic. So you can craft it and it's not super RNG based. Yes. And also a cool thing, you'll see that there's these support items. So you have ways to reduce. So this reduces the chance of a bad thing happening, and this decreases how much when you put a new mod on the chance of it. It's called fracturing. The chance of fracturing. So like I'm gonna put this back here. You'll see the 6 instability. The higher this number, the higher the chance that you screw up the roll and it like breaks the item in some way, or you can no longer craft on it. And basically these items, as you're using them, decrease those chances. Also, to no surprise, there's very rare rolls in this game, and you have all these other ruins that do other things as well. Like one of them re-rolls all the numbers on there, so like kind of like a divine orb from Path of Exile. There's another one that breaks down. Like so I think somewhere in the game, I haven't seen them yet, but there's a max monster or max skeleton increase chance. Like, well, you can roll max skeletons on something. You can destroy them. How do I get them? You can destroy that item if it's rolled poorly and have a chance of getting that mod to like be your own. So once you get to the end game, it becomes more of like, oh, here's a great shard that I would want to slot it into some good item. Let me see if I can't break down this item and get it. Yeah. Glad it was a good explanation, because like I said, like you said, I'm really enjoying this game. It scratches that Path of Exile itch. But I also didn't want to play Path of Exile. So.
Feel my wrath.
Mostly because it's mid-league. It's probably the best time to join because everything's probably pretty cheap, but it's kind of the same reason I haven't played Hades yet. Like, I love Hades, but like I'd like something new, so that's why I like Curse of the Dead Gods, because it's quite new. To me, at least. sure it's not acting like it's not acting, but. And so far, we've kind of been stopping, so I haven't been super efficient on my gearing. I'm actually lucky. I was looking for necrotic stuff before, but now I have this fire build, and I already have fire on my weapon, which is really nice. So it just kind of worked out. But so far, I think if you like Diablo 3 or a big fan of Titan Quest or Path of Exile, like this game is pretty good. Ooh. I do like Shifting Doom. Has a chance to move to a new target. I think we'll keep getting the increased area of effect for now. But I think I'll probably get 4 points in that. I'm also going to assume that there's a maximum skills level for our passive abilities, but I do not know what that is. 25 seems like the number that it's probably tending towards. 25 or 20, but actually I have a let's not auto compare items. I now actually have an idea for my build. So I'm just basically looking for resistances and fire damage. I'll try to keep an eye out. Actually, tick many boxes. Yeah, I think I had everything ticked. I like seeing the HP bars. It's basically what half those ticks are for.
Feel my wrath.
Also, damage numbers are fun to see as well. We want to get this point. What do I? Yeah, let's get bone armor. Wait. Okay. Let's put 1 point in here. Then we'll get bone armor. Then we'll get these. And we'll come get this +1 skeleton and finish off with the additional fire arrow skill cast. Oh, I don't have any of my skeletons. Oh, because they all got new ability, right? That probably makes sense. Case. Also, I kind of really love what this game did with the potions. It has like a Path of Exile recharge, or it mixes Diablo and Path of Exile kind of, in terms of like health potions drop, like health things recharge in Path of Exile, but I can only have a limited number to my belt size that I have. So I can have 4 potions in my belt. It's actually really cool. It's also kind of nice, simple. Oh, these things. Oh, they're just diving in. I don't want one. Oh yeah, I want this elixir of hunger. That's where I was going next. Give my minions plus attack speed when I use a potion. For 1 second, but once it gets all the way there, it should be 8 seconds. And I also get HP, which is... It's been a while since I've died, but I did get healing. I don't know what the negatives are for death. Besides, I can't remember what they were, if there are any. Is the better way of putting it. I've died once or twice, but I don't remember. I think. Let me go to my passives. I think I have a ton of regen. Yeah, I have. So vitality is the stat, and I have a ton of regen. Actually, when I go back next time. Yeah, I have 15% HP regen, and then this is giving me even more regen. So I'm not sitting at like 50 regen. I don't know. I don't actually know how I'm so tanky. I think I'm tanky by just having so many things. Also, look at this horrible. I can see my regen probably. I think I'm tanky and I have a decent bit of regen. I don't know if that's on my gear. Yeah, I assume it probably is from my gear, but look at our character. Okay, I have 21 health regen. That's it. That's all I've got. I don't know. Probably because the game hasn't decided to pick up its difficulty yet, because it's still like the normal mode. How you surviving? I don't know. What is this?
We'll have to repair it. I'm getting us out of here.
Crouched? He looks like it's part of the machinery. Chapter 6. Wait, are you... What'd you put? Like a plague dock. Okay, let's go do this side quest. Keep getting this exile. I just gotta find it. All the way over. Maybe I just have to talk to somebody. I wonder if this game have like a passive command or something. Would you be upset if I said nothing right now? I'm looking, like, if any uniques drop, I'll definitely pick it up, and any of these, like, shards. But I'm kind of at the mind where I'm not really dying, and my damage is okay. I know my gear is really bad, but I don't want to delve too far into, like, gearing up and being super specific. So it's kind of, I'm kind of the vague, like, if I see something when I hover over it, I'm looking for, like, minion modifiers and fire damage, basically, and probably, like, resistances. But, like, we're kind of not dying. We're doing decent bits of damage. That's good enough for me. Later on, whenever we hit whatever the end game is, we'll definitely start gearing more efficiently. Even like our resistances aren't awful. But for now, like, bam. We're alive. The game does not like. Or my computer did not like that loading screen. Oh, I forgot to go back to, okay. So I can get rid of all this necrotics. That's 6 more points. Yeah. After the side quest, we'll respec. And by respec, I mean remove some points and fix up the other parts. More cast. I mean, this world, this is so easy. Like 7 points here. Yeah, I play very similar with Path of Exile. I mean, Path of Exile has more gear. I mean, I'm sure this has the same thing, but it feels like Path of Exile has more like specific, like this gear is just way better than this piece. And if we're kind of cruising through the game, I don't really want to. I personally don't like stopping to be super efficient when, you know, a few hours from now, I'll just have a, like, naturally better item. The only thing I'm really looking out for is just the wording. Like, the wording is very, very specific, which is nice. Like, on these items. The only thing I'm looking for is, like, fire, or I actually don't know what the minion modifiers are. But basically I'm looking for. And if I happen to see a minion that looks better than whatever I'm using, that's okay with me. It's a habit I've picked up from Path of Exile, but like, normally I'll reach like endgame maps in PoE and then gear. I also play on I don't play hardcore at all. It's just that's not fun for me. But so at some point I'll just throw my face until I get there and then worry about the gear. I think yeah, I can make a loot filter. I won't do that now, but at some point I will. Actually, I might do that like maybe later tonight when I end up finishing stream. I'm gonna be done soon because I'm like real tired. I wonder, maybe I'm hoping maybe you can copy and paste. If not, I'll spend the time because loot filters are amazing. It probably would help me naturally level. And then once I make one, until I play a different character, I never have to make another one again. Or until I improve it. There's a lot of explosions happening. He's did blow up with the eye.
Wither before me.
Also, I'll pick up any idols. Because those are pretty quickly glanced through. Ah, here. Nice. Yes! Kill him! Don't mind me. Like this. Plus 87%. Is this two-hand? It is two-hand. Probably won't pick this one up because his shield is like really good. VR, dude, this game would be crazy. I don't know how you do it though. I'm not gonna lie. Return to the Shrine Maiden Oracles.
Ah, yes.
Ah, idle slots, nice. What with this? Affix shards. Ah, okay. Let's go. Can I
Oh, yes.
go back to the end of time? So quickly respec. Somewhere? Yeah.
Hello, traveler.
Basically, I can get rid of all. And the armor's nice. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna put one. Alright, let's put 1, 4, 1. And I think this will be fine for now. Maybe I'll fix this up later. Now I do only need 20 points here, but now I have 3 more points to spend here. Ah, perfect. We got one more skeleton. this? The fall of the Empire. I'm assuming this looks like the endgame stuff.
Try not to hurt yourself.
But our army has grown. That's surprisingly tanky. Oh, Ice Beetle, come to me. Ow, oh my goodness. Wait for a second. We have 2 Ice Beetles. Don't let this guy hit you, what I'm learning. Oculus File. What an interesting thing to carry around. Ooh, what was that? Egg.
The almighty wrath it emanates.
Yeah.
It emanates.
Oh yeah, I love how these random. Oh, haste! Let's go more fast. We can just explore these for like random quests just appear from these. It does not like to encode this part. I assume that's a bit laggy. Hey, I can see. I think. Oh, dude, I can't even imagine this game. I'm on a phone screen. I mean, if maybe I hadn't played a minion build, it might have been a bit easier. But I imagine on the phone, this is just a mess. I'll zoom in. Have I been here before? I have been here. Wait, not the Verde Lakes. There be another dragon? No, I haven't been here. No random quest pop. Oh. I actually died. I'm confused. Is this not? I guess there's no
The almighty wrath.
no negative to dying? I mean, I ain't. Yeah, we went back to the past. So there's a bit of time travel involved in this game. The basic premise is here about. Here about any skill. There's these shards that hold back this thing called the void, and one of the shards got loose. Like, we found one of the shards, then we combined all the shards, and then that destroyed the world or something, and only a little bit of it left. So now we time travel abound, and there's these like random time portals that just exist. And I found one. Usually there's like some little quest to do in here, or some like side quest to do, but we are currently at 6000 BE, and the game normally takes the place around like 1000 AD. That's what happened. I'm not gonna lie, the color palette swap from like the dark dreary is like quite nice. That flash of light? What was that? Like, oh, is it like one of those like things that's flying by the screen? Weird. High level. Oh, it might be something in the front of the background. That might be. It's weird. I love roguelikes. I think going in, if I chose hardcore mode, but like this is like a relaxing kind of game for me, mildly relaxing. Yeah, I guess I've actually thought about this. Like, it's so weird how much I love roguelikes, but I hate hardcore in these action RPGs. Mostly because I've been burned by Path of Exile, because sometimes you just randomly die in that game. And that's kind of frustrating enough for me. Hello. I fought this guy before. I don't know if this was just a... Also, I don't know if this is the way it's meant to be. I love how you can cast into negative mana. It's so cool, actually. Yo, legendary. What do we got? Does not seem good. Eek. What? Okay. Probably not worth it. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's actually probably go better this way. I think I played Path of Exile once on hardcore and like died at the end of the act, and it was just like, yeah. Not the biggest fan of this. I'm gonna run by here. On this once. Oh, hey, Sif. Oh, we're actually really over leveled, are we? But oh no, we're about on pace. We were over leveled for a little while. I couldn't imagine. There's some points in the game. I haven't stumbled upon this with any bosses yet, but at some point I just have to face tank. Like Katava in Diablo in Path of Exile. At some point I just run my face into that boss. On certain builds as well. Other builds is like a stomp, but blocking a path? Interesting. I have a feeling we'll have to come back to that later. There was no quest there or anything. Okay, this will probably also help people see things if I move the map. Where did I get this haste? I definitely have to be in the like. I love Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, the zombie roguelike, because there's nothing quite like restarting in that game, like from the very beginning. A game like this, I don't know. It's like a different mentality entirely. It's consumed when I try to like think of hardcore here. Or like Dungeon Crawl, Stone Soup. Like those games are fun restarting, but for some odd reason it doesn't care. Also, this is the first time playing the game. I don't think I'd start this an ARPG in hardcore, unless I was, you know, you might, Corbin. But for me, I at least want to see what this game has to offer. Oh yeah, I mean it's like Binding of Isaac as well. Like Binding of Isaac you restart with stuff, but enter the dungeon. If you have a particularly bad day, Darkest Dungeon, you can kind of reset. It sometimes feels like you need to. Yeah, ARPGs. Yeah, sure. So, I can't really speak for Diablo 3 too much because I'm not the biggest fan. But the biggest notable thing, is you have, a base class and then a set of passives for a, mastery that you choose. But the biggest thing of note, is two things. You have deterministic crafting. So if I put something in this crafting bench, I can choose exactly what it ends up to be. And you have a chance of failing as time goes on. So that's the first thing. You have idols here, like in Charms in Diablo 3, Diablo 2. And then the coolest thing is this. Each skill has its own little tree that you can pick and choose how you want to affect how the skill changes. So skeletons are like the easiest to do because I have up here, if I go this way, I can add skeleton rogues. If I go over here, I can choose to remove warriors and only summon archers. And like if I choose here, I can turn my fire arrows into ice arrows. So it's pretty cool to see how far this kind of goes. Let's get bone armor. That's the biggest notable thing. And so far this game is in early access, so it doesn't have any of the multiplayer aspects, but at some point this game will have trade in the same way that Path of Exile does, but it feels like it'll be probably significantly different.
Remind me. All right, I think we're far enough away from her.
But that's a quick rundown of the major differences. There's 5 classes right now, and your base class chooses your masteries. Like I went Alkalite and a Necromancer, but there's Yeah, I have the base class of Alkalite, which is one of the 5 starting classes, and I masteried into Necromancer. For example, I could have gone into Lich, which is more spellcasty, and at some point Warlock will be unlocked for like a 3rd choice, but is currently not out. Not too sure. I haven't even touched any of the other, like this is like I said, this is my first time playing this game, so I haven't seen any of the other classes. But I assume at least there's 2 other masteries per class. At the bare minimum, I think. Maybe some might have 3, some might not have 1, or some might only have 1 or something. Not too certain. But I saw a necromancer on the Alkalite, and it was the first Alkalite was also the first choice from left to right. So I saw a necromancer and was like, "Yep, I'm playing a necromancer." So I don't even know what the other classes are or have like mastery. Just that they exist. I don't know. Whatever it is causing my computer to over. And as maybe you've been able to tell, it's actually kind of hard, so much going on. But I've gone a fire class. So normally my big golem guy here is a bone golem, but I have chose to specialize him into fire. And then I have mages as I can summon mages, but I chose to summon to go into pyromancy. I have fire mages, and my archers shoot fire arrows, and I have a spell that gets fire resistance. That I've gone pyro. I'm basically a pyro necro. And it's quite fun. Thankfully, all my guys are pretty resistant to this garbage that these guys are spewing out. Oh. These base shades. Yeah, let's go try to get these base. Basically, a occasional cast will have a superior version of guys, the bigger AoE and more damage. I'm not too worried about the damage, but the AoE would be nice for less fire resistance.
Feel my
Since
wrath.
the ability I've grabbed on this flaming circle I make is a fire shred. Fire resistant shred. So these guys have less fire resistance, which makes me deal more damage. Classic build of some kind. I have a feeling, oh god. Something says that this is probably a actual build of some kind. It feels good enough as it is. Yeah, they can die. I have leveled them up particularly high, but they do have life bars over all of them. I think once we hit some more of the bosses that deal more AoE, it'll be a little more annoyance. But I think all these guys do like poison and necrotic damage. I think skeletons are naturally resistant to it. But yeah, I do have to, up in the top left, we can have 7 normal skeletons and 4 mages. And then the bone golem. And sometimes one of like the warriors dies. Like also, there's actually a whole build around killing your own summons to give yourself more damage, which is a fascinating build. Or like I could see like maybe there's a build, I guess would be the better point, because there's abilities around it. I've also spent some more points. So like another one of the abilities I have on here is that when one of my minions die, it heals a different minion to full HP. So I have to die. Basically, the less I have to summon, the better. The less buttons I have, it does not like, whatever that effect. The less buttons I have to press, the happier I am. Oh, haste. Here. I'm getting little bits of dip something down. Everything is so low. Wait, can I turn the brightness up? Huh. Yeah, I don't know why this area is causing more lag. But I am getting some. I mean, probably doesn't help I have just a butt ton of minions. Actually, I think it's whatever this probably these water effects it looks like. Yo, have a good night. Oh my God.
Feel my wrath. It eludes me.
Quickly. Fly by this.
It eludes me.
Run by this map.
It eludes me.
Alright. I think whatever the background there was causing, I was getting a little bit of lag. It's more like spells. Like I have this giant list of spells. And as my right click, I've chosen to cast this Infernal Shade. As you get like a basic like at certain levels, and as you upgrade to certain points in the passive tree, I'd call it, you do unlock other spells as well. And there's a minimum number of points you have to put in your base tree. So you can't, like, as soon as you get your mastery, dip from the base tree. I mean, yeah, you have to have at least 20. That's, like, enough for all the spells. Oh. Almost ran by you.
I owe you my life again. You've got to let me save you once in a while, eh?
I found the necropolis of the deep. It's here. Okay, I think we will also. Oh, we just leveled up. Perfect. I think this is where I will end off for the day as well. I got more moving to do, as we had the whole place recarpeted, so everything's got to move around. But hey, as always, if you like what you see here, subscribe, follow, comment, like the video. We'll probably be back with some of this tomorrow and maybe the start of some Starfarer. I'm not too certain. But I hope y'all have a fantastic night. We'll probably be streaming all day tomorrow. Today was a little bit later than I'd like. I hope y'all have a fantastic night. Have a good sleep. I imagine a lot of you will be going to bed soon. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.